Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben and this is my take on Tottenham. And we have a good result. Tottenham won, Chelsea won, Spurs win 5-4 on penalties. And very, very good. Really promising stuff. I think yesterday and the Newcastle match, in terms of performances, have been very promising. I know a lot of people, myself included, have critiqued the football under Jose. It's not been good. I'm of the opinion that if it delivers a trophy, then we can play terrible football all we want. It's when you play terrible football and get nothing out of it, then it starts to grind. And I feel like last year or last season, we were playing so bad and we weren't moving anywhere. We sort of started to go up and then we sort of went down a little bit and then we sort of stayed where we were. So I think this year will be the result of if we see terrible football and then a result, which will hopefully be a trophy or a top 4 spot. But I'm hoping, to be honest, more of a trophy. But honestly, really, really good last night. Not a great first half. I'm not going to say it was terrible. A lot of people are saying it's a game of two halves, and you'd be inclined to agree. Chelsea were obviously better in the first half. We were obviously better in the second half. But I do think that considering the team we put out, I think we held ourselves well, and we were in the game for long periods. I don't think many people would have felt too confident when they saw the lineup for the game and felt like maybe we'd come out with a win. I feel like Jose's openly said that if he's going to prioritise the competition, he will prioritise the Europa League because it is financially better than the Carabao Cup, and the result of winning said cup will be a Champions League place, whereas the Carabao Cup doesn't do that. So I think the fact that Jose sort of come out and said that, and then the lineups were released, and a lot of people probably wouldn't have felt confident, myself included again. Lamela up front was a good one, and then literally like Tanganga, Jedson, all coming in. I think Dyer and Lloris were the only two that were in the team from Sunday's game. So massive changes. I think Sissoko was in there as well. Reguilon got his first start, which was really good, and we'll get into that. But given the formation and given the players that started, nowhere near what our regular first 11 would be for a Premier League game, let's say. I think it was a bloody good performance. And you know what? I feel like the fight that they showed was very encouraging because we've had so many games already. We've got so many games coming up, and just the spirit that the team showed. And we got to about the 70th minute, and I just remember thinking to myself, do you know what? We're still in this. We're still in this. We've still got a chance. We can still get something from this game. Chelsea, I think in the second half, they were there for the taking. I think it would have been such a missed opportunity if we'd lost that match. I feel like they were there for the taking, and I just felt like, we were still in it. We're still in the game, and I think I was maybe expecting us to be 2-0 down, lose the game 2-3-0 because of the tie, because of the formation. And to get to around that time and sort of think, do you know what? We've still got a chance here. And what happened? We ran in and got the goal and then took it to penalties and won. So, let's get into a couple of players that I thought stood out. Aurier, probably one of Aurier's biggest critics. Thought he had a great game. Don't get me wrong, there's still the odd mistake in his game. Of course there is. Still sometimes that he finds himself out of position because he's bombed it forward too much. But I thought he had a good game. He seemed a massive threat on the right, and I feel like that was one of the better performances from Aurier. And Jedson as well, Jedson Fernandez, I thought he had a really good game. I think Jose looked really happy with him when he come off. Still yet to see really what Fernandez has got in his locker, so I thought he had a good game last night. Ndombele, again, I think, one of his first starts. Probably didn't reach the heights that say he had against Southampton or even Newcastle when he played. But again, with those games, like, he's only sort of played in sections. This one he started, and again, didn't stand out as much as those games, but I still think he had a really positive performance. He was still threading passes through and doing what we know he can do. So Ndombele again looked really good, and I'm so glad I'm saying good things about each performance that he puts in. Dyer literally played on Sunday, played today. I had to go to the loo halfway through a match, and we nearly conceded from that. I think Jose sort of come out and said about it, so I'm not really going to sort of go into it too much. But yeah, it was a bit risky. But again, good performance from Dyer. Again, I'm not a massive fan of him at centre back. I feel like he really needs to start proving himself. He wants the position. He needs to prove it with good performances. And Timo Werner's goal. Dyer is going to block the ball like this, and you just can't commit yourself anymore because of this stupid handball rule. So I feel like there was bodies in the way, but no one was really overcommitting themselves to block that goal because they probably didn't want to concede a penalty. So it is one of them. But Dyer, I think, had a solid game. He's not playing Thursday, apparently. He's actually needing a rest. Steven Bergwijn, I felt had a bit of a mixed bag type game. I feel like he had good moments and bad moments. He was a bit more better sort of as the game went on, but again, it wasn't like a strong performance. But and Lamela, again, even though he scored the goal, I still think Lamela's performance was up and down. I think Lamela's had a really good couple of positive performances with us, and that's a really good thing going forward because we need all hands on deck, especially this season. Lamela got himself into a really good position for the goal and got the goal. But he's just got this issue with his hold-up play. He holds it up too long. He could thread passes through. He did it last season as well. I just think that if he could improve on that, he could be really good for us going forward. But at the minute, I see him nothing more as maybe like an impact sub or something. I don't see him starting a Premier League game based on merit. I think at the minute, with how his performances are and how he is as a player, I feel like he's definitely makes the bench and will probably come on. But I just don't see him starting ahead of anyone. And obviously, you've got Bale coming back as well. So yeah, but apart from that, really good performance. I don't want to get into it too much. I think obviously the penalties is potluck. Really good. I'm so nervous with penalties, especially that Norwich game that we had last season in the FA Cup. Some of the worst penalties in that game, and Jedson's one was probably one of the worst penalties I've ever seen because it looked like he was passing it to a child. So to see them all sort of step up and slot them all away was brilliant, and get 5 out of 5 as well, which was even better. So really good. Confident with the penalties, which is good because we're, like I said, we're in a knockout competition basically at the minute with Europa League anyway. So you never know when we're going to need penalties to go through on there. And I just think it was a good performance from a very sort of second string type side. I feel like the performance as a team, as a collective team, was brilliant. And it's the fight that I want to see. I've said it for ages and ages and ages. I don't care if the team wins or loses. If they come off the pitch and say that they've given it their all, and that's all I want from my team. Usually, if a team gives their all, they end up winning or drawing or get some sort of result. But if, we see it in North London derbies, if they can come up against Arsenal and say, look, we lost the game, but we gave it everything, I can't critique you. It's when they come off and look like they've not even bothered turning up. That's when the issues start arising. So if they lost that game last night, I would have gone, do you know what? I can say that at least they gave it a go. And luckily, they came out of the win. So we go into the quarterfinals, and yeah, we'll see where we go with the Carabao Cup. I don't think anyone's expecting anything. I don't think Jose's prioritising it, but we'll see where we go, and that's all we can do. So on to Thursday in the Europa League, and we move on with a win. So good stuff. I've got another video coming. I really want to make a video on the whole handball rule and VAR and things, and more the handball rule than anything. So I'm going to sort of try and make that, and then, yeah, keep an eye out for that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you thought about the performance, and who would you start against Maccabi on Thursday. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon, guys. As always, come on, you Spurs.